Okay, so there are calls for laws requiring schools to hold Christian assemblies to be scrapped. Now, the National Governors Association says they are meaningless and staff can't or won't pray with students. Now, the comments by the organisation, which represents more than 300,000 school governors in England, are supported by the British Humanist Association. And just to say, these rules were set out in the 1944 Education Act, and they require that all state schools in England provide Christian worship every day. So I've got the number here, Rick, for the Reverend Ronnie Lamont. Now, she's a former teacher and a parish priest and provides schools with assembly materials. So I think she's going to be a great person to speak to. So let's see if we can get her on the line. Hopefully she's available.
Hello, Ronnie Lamont.
Oh, hi there, Ronnie. It's Marcus calling from Premier Christian Radio here.
Marcus, hello.
Ronnie, I'm live on our News Hour programme, and we've just been discussing these comments by the National Governors Association, who've said that Christian assemblies in non-faith schools are no longer fit for a 21st century education system. What do you make of that?
I think that depends on what you understand by the word Christian education. The website that I edit, assemblies.org.uk, is very careful in how we interpret that. After the British Humanist Society took this up with the Department for Education, it was ruled that 51% of assemblies have to be broadly Christian. So I think actually that I generally agree with what the Governors Association is saying, because if you look at most state schools, that is without a religious foundation, then many of the children within the school will not have any real understanding of what the word worship means through no fault of their own. So to impose it on them is a very strange thing, isn't it? Because you're asking them to do something that they don't know what it is. Our assemblies all have a moment of reflection, and they are generally aimed at encouraging the children to think about Christian morals, Christian ethics, which I think is what most people in society would want them to be about, rather than actually talking about specifically what Christians do all the time and stuff like that.
Ronnie, is there a concern, though, if we go along with what the National Governors Association says and we no longer make this compulsory, that you know Christian assemblies or any sort of act of worship is just going to be eradicated completely from schools?
Not at all, because Ofsted, when they inspect a school, always look for spiritual, moral, social, cultural development, and it's quite high on the agenda with them. So they're looking for a spiritual input, and that can only come usually through an assembly, which is well put together and constructed so that children of any faith but none can actually join in and take part. The other question is, and this is where we get a lot of information from the people who use our website, is that the vast majority of teachers aren't coming into teaching with a particular religious faith background. So to ask them to lead a school in worship is asking them to do something which is really quite tricky. So it's not that you would get rid of assemblies altogether, but they would be generally Christian, because they're always going to be talking about ethics and morality. And in this country, well, in fact, right across the world, the major faiths all hold the do unto others as you would have them do to you. So we would be teaching them Christian morality, but not specifically about Christianity. That's for RE, really, I think, in this modern day.
And Ronnie, you bring up that idea of teachers not knowing kind of what they're required to talk about in assemblies.
Yeah.
And we've heard from Emma Knight from the National Governors Association this morning. She's the chief executive, and this is what she's had to say. So just take a listen to this.
Thanks.
The school inspectorate now seems to be looking at whether or not schools are in fact carrying out, as they're required by law, a daily act of collective worship. Now, we have known for a number of years that large numbers of schools, those schools that aren't faith schools, actually find it very difficult to do this and haven't actually been doing this. That's sometimes because they don't have the physical space in the school to do it, but often because they don't have staff who are either willing or able to conduct an act of worship.
So yeah, that idea then that the teachers aren't willing or able to conduct an act of worship, how do we get around that? Because even if we, if the law is changed and a kind of a Christian assembly or an act of worship is no longer compulsory, as you say, there's still going to be a need for something. How do we make sure that the teachers are prepared and equipped to lead in this way?
Well, I mean, you've got resources like our website. If I can quote you some statistics, I've just got Google Analytics up, and last month we had 51,000 users who looked at 500,000 pages and then actually downloaded enormous quantities of ready-to-go assemblies. And interestingly, last month, the secondary top downloads, over 1,000 schools used it, was the one about Ascension Day. Now, actually, Ascension Day is a very difficult concept for Christians to understand, and so to put that across as an event that was happening in half-term, so they were doing it before half-term, shows that actually, you know, that the good resources are used by teachers to actually talk about what Christian festivals are. I don't think most schools want to get rid of assemblies. They value the community coming together. They recognise that it's enormously important for community cohesion and for facilitating spiritual growth and development. But I think the problem is the word worship, because if you're not somebody who worships regularly, how do you teach somebody else to worship? It's not like teaching them mass, for example, where as long as you understand it and you know you've got the background, you can pass this on. But worship is a very personal thing, and I think that's the word that's causing the problem. Most schools value assemblies and the way that they bring the community together enormously.
Okay, some interesting thoughts. Ronnie, thank you so much for your time on the News Hour today. Really do appreciate that.
That's okay, anytime. Thanks, Marcus.
That's Reverend Ronnie Lamont, a former teacher and parish priest, providing schools with assembly materials up and down the country, talking about the comments by the National Governors Association, which has suggested there needs to be a change in the law which requires schools to hold Christian assemblies.